transition to somebody who's instilled a lot of passion in Joe, and this is probably his most passionate forge so far in episode 3. Finally coming to the fold. Joe, who are you going to talk about?
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about DJ Giddens.
Man, that visor's crispy, man.
That visor's sick. Huh? I love ugly visors, man. But anyway, yeah, I want to talk about DJ Giddens. I think this guy at Kansas State, he was a total freaking workhorse, all right? Especially after they dropped a Deuce, a.k.a. Deuce Vaughn, my beloved running back. And he saw limited action behind Deuce, which is sad because when they finally did get rid of Deuce, this guy was just an absolute monster. His first year, he had 518 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns on 89 carries, 5.8 yards per carry. And once he stepped into the lead role, he delivered back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Left K-State with 3,087 career rushing yards, which is third most in school history on 517 carries, 5.97 YPC over that time span. He had 6 100-yard rushing performances in 2023, and he cemented himself as one of the most productive backs in K-State history. One of only 4 Wildcats ever with multiple 1,000-yard rushing seasons. So I really like this guy. He's great through contact. He's fast. He ran a 4.4 at the combine. He averaged 4.16 yards after contact per carry and forced 55 missed tackles. All right, he's a badass. With all that being said, he's not the best pass catcher, which is a bummer, but I think as this guy continues to grow and sponge information there on the Colts, he'll only continue to just get better. Jonathan Taylor hasn't had a healthy season since 2021, and he's basically guaranteed to miss some time. And right now, in sleeper leagues, this guy is only rostered in 87% of leagues. So if he's out there and you can get him for free, this is easily somebody that I'm stashing and holding on to and waiting to see what happens.
You can't deny the production. Like back-to-back 1,200 yards, then 1,300 yards. The efficiency's there at 6.6 yards a carry. Touchdown's a little regression. I see where you're coming from. Now, where I'm a little bit concerned is that conference emblazoned on his jersey there. And a little bit of it is because I was a Deuce Vaughn owner. And he looked pretty good against Big 12 defenses. And then all of a sudden he gets to Dallas and he completely disappears. Now, I know that he is like fun sized, right? Like this guy is the size of my pinky.
Okay, guys,
I know,
we're not going to draw a comparison. The reason that he's not good
I'm saying they played against the same defenses, and that's what concerns me. Like anybody who has over 1,000 yards in the Big 12, like it just feels like there should be an asterisk there. Now, that being said, I like your thought around him, you know, having the opportunity to produce early. That's always good. He definitely was kind of a hard-nosed runner. He definitely like waited his turn. I like all those things coming out of Kansas State. He's somebody to definitely watch. And like, look, this guy, to your point, is somebody you can actually go get for basically nothing. He's probably sitting on the waiver wire right now. I do like that in a Forge candidate for sure. So, you know, candidly, before you put him on the pod, and I did some additional research, I didn't really know who this guy was. Just right hand up. But I do think he's somebody worth looking at. And he's a homegrown Kansas boy and decided to stay in state and put up some major stats. So, interested to hear Corey's thoughts on this one.
Yeah, night has fallen on the prairie, so one moment here. Yeah, I also am with Keith here. I don't really know who the this guy is, and I had to look up some stuff about him. But I think there is some opportunity behind JT there in that offense. But again, kind of like we were talking about with Josh Downs, I think this offense is going to be kind of cheeks for a little while. So I understand this guy's really young. If you want to go out and grab him, I'm not really going to give up a lot of draft capital because I think he is a long shot, which is kind of the concept of this. I understand. But I think you're going to be waiting a little while, A, for JT to fall off a cliff or get traded if they go full tank mode, and B, just have a competent offense. But positive for him, they have a really good O-line. So as far as running the ball, I think that helps them. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot to say. I do think he's a good forge here, but I think he's kind of pushed back further towards that fire in the back of the forge where like he really needs to cook for a little while here because he may be buried for a bit.
The reason I like him here is you guys won't even know who he is. He's the perfect forge. He's the guy that's on waivers that you go and you're, you know, when you're late at night stroking your Johnny and you're scrolling sleeper and it's 2 a.m., you pluck this guy up off the waivers and then who knows? Like if you have room on your roster or on your taxi, go get this guy and see what happens.
I just checked in our league. He went with the 503, so he is rostered. And I think if you're a JT owner, this is a no-brainer. And if you're somebody who thinks JT is going to get hurt this year, also no-brainer. And I think both of those are very likely to happen.